the opportunity to relocate to my dream city, which is Atlanta. So now I'm just going to talk to y'all a little bit about how this all came to be, why it's divine timing and destiny and God. You guys, I'm pretty sad. Just when I set everything up and got ready to get on camera and talk to y'all, the sun literally dipped off behind the clouds. But we do have good lighting still without me needing to plug anything up or use artificial lighting. So let's take advantage and just get this clip in. So, actually I need that. And then I have my camera remote here, so ignore this. It could be a mic too, but no, we're not gonna use it as a mic. Actually, I might, but no. Today, you guys, I can't wait till the day I can really direct and produce my own content in movies to the point where the backgrounds are A1. But for now, I'm gonna work with what I got. Anyways, y'all, let me introduce myself. My name is Michaela, aka Kayla. You can call me Kayla. And I've been doing content for 5 years. Summer 2020 is when I dropped my first ever YouTube video. You could say I was doing content long before that on Instagram, but Instagram is not in the league of YouTube at all. It's not the same at all. So I've been officially creating content since 2020. July 2020 is when I dropped my first video on this very channel, and I've since privated all my videos just because the brand has changed, the aesthetic has changed, the interests have changed, I've changed. So let's just get into the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is going to be my Atlanta moving testimony. How I came to be moving to Atlanta, what I find appealing and interesting about Atlanta, why I want to live there, why I want to raise my kid there, why I want to just all things. Honestly, it goes back to my college days. Back in the day when I was in school and I was looking at colleges and wanting to go to college, I always wanted to go to a HBCU. If you're not familiar, it's a historically black college or university. So I always wanted to go to a HBCU, and one of the ones that I came up with, I don't know if it was me, a friend, or both, but I decided that I wanted to go to Clark Atlanta. I cannot tell you what it was, like what hell bent me on going to Clark Atlanta, but that's the college that I wanted to go to. And it did not happen. I did not go to Clark. I might go now, but like I didn't go out of high school. I kind of just stayed in my hometown, not my hometown, but near my hometown. And I pretty much, my dream went dormant. Like I did not work on getting to Atlanta after that. Around the time I graduated college, no, not college, let's go back. Around the time I graduated high school, it was a lot going on family-wise. I was 17 years old. I was a baby, and I didn't really have the guidance and support that I wish I would have had. So I ended up going to a junior college in the Bay Area, near my hometown. And once I got nearly done, like last semester, 2 classes, easy A classes, I actually dropped out. Extremely pivotal moment in my life. A few months after I dropped out, my grandmother died of cancer and other complications, just bad health. Diabetes, sickle cell, cancer. That's it. That's not it. Oh, yeah, that's enough. That's just the big 3 right there. So yeah, a few months after I dropped out. So if you can imagine, those last few months were very mentally draining, and I was not living at home. So traveling to see her, to visit her in hospitals, and then one minute she's in hospital, one minute she's at home. It just was a lot. So I ended up dropping out of school. I didn't really drop out. I just said F them classes, and I basically got an F in both classes. I later went back and got an A in both of those classes, and they were, removed off. They're still on my transcript, but they were removed from my GPA, whatever the case. But it took me 4 years to go back and finish those 2 classes after she passed away. So she passed away summer 2016. It was summer 2020, or was it 2017? Oh no, that's right. Yeah, so she passed away summer 2016. Those were spring semester classes. If you go to college, you know what I'm talking about. But those were spring classes. I dropped out. My grandma ended up passing away. It took me 4 years. Summer 2020, pandemic. Everybody know what the pandemic was like. I said, let me finally just take those 2 classes and knock them out. I knocked them out in the summertime. I got an A in both classes. And this is around the time I started YouTube. So some of my first videos, I would be like doing studying, homework, classes, stuff like that. So I finally got my associate degree in liberal arts and my social sciences degree as well. But it was like 7 years. It took 7 years. Like, yeah, it took 7 years to get a 2-year degree. So you can just do the math. Like, do the math. And what's crazy is I remember being in high school and they came to our high school and they said the average, I think the average at the time was 8 years to finish a 2-year degree. And I was like, that's insane. Like, what do you mean? I'm gonna knock that out. Like, that could never be me. Never say never, because that's a testimony in itself. Never say never. Anything and anybody could be you. No matter where you feel like you are in life or who you think you are, it could always be you. So yeah, it took me 7 years to finish that degree, and I was very quiet about that and ashamed about that. I did not celebrate it. I didn't even tell people I went back to school. I didn't even like it. I just never talked about it. Also, it was 2020, so there was no graduation ceremony. It was online, and they just literally read our names on the screen. I missed the live Zoom graduation. I didn't even attend. They didn't have my photo. It was terrible. It was honestly one of the most quiet, uncelebrated, like, one of the most quiet, uncelebrated accomplishments of my life. So we're just gonna forget that ever happened. And I'm eventually, I can't say when, I don't know when, hopefully soon, but I'm eventually gonna go back and get my bachelor's and then my master's, and then I really do want to take it all the way. We're gonna see if I do get my doctorate or my PhD after that. But for now, that is the goal, to go back to school, an HBCU at that. Yes, 30 years old at HBCU, 30 years old at college, period. And I know there's plenty people in school in their 30s and 40s and even up, but for me, I just never imagined, thought I would have been long done with school, college, in my career and all that good stuff. But life does not work like that. It does not work like that at all. So anyways, that's just my background around what was going on in my life around the time I started creating content and deciding to put myself out there. The thing with me is, like, I give a little and then take a lot and then give a lot and then take a little by little by little, and then it's just a real back and forth thing with me when it comes to content. And I'm really hoping to get to the bottom of, like, why I do that and try to just heal that part of me so I can see it through and commit to it the way I feel like I want to. Like, it's easier said than done. Wanting something is not the same as needing something and something being your last option, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want to do content. I want to be a content creator, but it's like, is that really your end all be all? Is that really the light at the tunnel for you at the end of the tunnel? Like, it hasn't been that, because I've given a little, taken a little, given a lot, taken a lot, and it's just, we're here. It's 2025. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can see that I created this channel in 2012. 2012, my junior year of high school. When I was in high school in my junior year, all the YouTubers I watched were in their 30s and up. Now, the YouTubers are 15 to 20. Like, they are young, bro. They are in high school, taking their camera to 8th grade. And it just was not like that. So, sign of the times. But anyways, I say all that to say, this is my testimony, because our journey is really what makes us who we are. Like, in the moment you feel like you know yourself, the journey is what creates you. So you are nothing and nobody without your story, and it's constantly being written. So just take that into consideration and just sit with that for a moment, because yeah, it's real talk. Anywho, it's like 7:30 p.m. and today was a long day for me. We're gonna skip into the next chapter or the next segment, which is gonna be present day. September 1st. It's the 2nd. Yeah, it's the 2nd now. I originally tried to film this yesterday. Monday, September 1st, but it's okay. Anyways, so Tuesday, September 2nd, 7:30 p.m. And today was a long day for me because it was the first day of my training. So now we'll get into like post pandemic, after 2020, after I got my degree, I've had my kid. Okay, boom. Um, my job. So I've been working a 9 to 5 for the past almost 4 years. I did start a business right before the pandemic. So I started a business in January 2020 that ultimately ended up being my bread and butter throughout the pandemic. My business was doing well, it was doing great, but as a new mom going back to school, I had a lot on my plate, and just being a mom period, you know, like your child takes all of your attention and time. So when she was about 2 years old, after being out of work and not working consistently and just being in the pandemic, I was like, you know what, I want to go back. So yeah, I decided to go back to work full time, and I really fell in love with the industry that I'm in. I had worked at 2 other companies in the same industry, but they weren't long term. Well, one of them was about a year. They weren't long term. They didn't last, whatever. So I really fell in love with the industry with this particular company, and I ended up, you know, getting promoted really fast and getting really comfortable. My business backslid. It kind of went dormant. I just stopped operating altogether. Took a break because, you know, a 9 to 5 in a full-time business is not a thing. It does not work. So something has to be the side hobby, and obviously a full-time 9 to 5 job can't really be a side hobby. So my business really backslid, like I said, went dormant, and I stopped operating, and I've just been focusing on balancing being a mother and being a full-time employee. So a 9 to 5 girly, if you will. Fast forward to this summer, so just right now. Okay, so I know I'm a little bit all over the place because I don't have my notes, but let me just remind you that I was telling you guys that I wanted to go to Atlanta for college at 17, like fresh out of high school. I wanted to go to college to a HBCU, and Clark Atlanta was the college of choice that I was wanting to go to. So fast forward now, I'm in my job, I have a kid, I'm working a 9 to 5, my business is not doing anything, my content is not doing anything, and I get a notification from my manager that we're going to be opening a new office in Atlanta, and we're expanding, and there will be opportunities for me to relocate and promote as well. The opportunity to relocate to my dream city, which is Atlanta. So now I'm just going to talk to y'all a little bit about how this all came to be, why it's divine timing and destiny and God, and why it's my testimony. Because yeah, but my battery's dead, so let me change it real quick and then we're gonna get into it. Alright, you guys, I'm back just to jump straight back into my story, my testimony. Been in my job for a few years. I have been denied for promotion after promotion. Once again, I let my dream of moving to Atlanta and being in Atlanta kind of just fall by the wayside. Stopped focusing on it. For the past 7 years, I've been telling my friends, my family, like my best friends, my siblings, like, I'm gonna move to Atlanta. I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm just gonna do it. As y'all know, I have a daughter. She's gonna be 6. Y'all probably actually didn't know that, but I have a daughter. She's about to be 6. So her whole life, since before she was in my stomach, when she got in my stomach, I was just very serious. Like, I'm not staying here. I want to go. I want to go to Atlanta. I want to move. Just heavily Atlanta. But the past 6 years, it came, the idea, the thought, the passion for it, it just came and went. And I never felt like it was the right time. I never felt like I was taking the right opportunities. And I was just doing everything but going. I was finding every excuse and whatever. It just wasn't my time. Now that we're here, I know that it just was not my time. So that was just the context of how adamant I was about going to Atlanta, and how much I spoke it into existence and told everybody. I told my mom, I told my sisters, I told my best friends, I told my boyfriend, baby daddy, fiance, through all the stages. I told everybody, like, this is what I want to do. So yeah, I'm working my job. I've been here 3 years at this time, a little over 3 years at this point, and randomly I get the notification, or like my manager announces that, hey y'all, guess what? We're expanding, we're opening a base in Atlanta. We're gonna be operating out of Atlanta. I about fell out my chair because what? Yeah, it was just very shocking. Like, no way, Atlanta. So this was in the beginning of the year, beginning of 2025. I had been in my job just over 3 years. Perfect record, perfect attendance, perfect track sheet. Everything was just like, at that very moment, I knew this was specifically a great opportunity for me. For me, somebody who's held it down, put in work, been on top of their stuff for an extended period of time, especially in this industry. The turnover is so high, people come and go in and out so fast that being solid in a role for 3 years is like, okay, you're staying here, you want to be here, whatever. At least that's how I feel. So they made the announcement, and I was just like, okay, this is tea. Like, this is tea. That's what I was thinking. So immediately I reached out to everybody. I'm talking about friends, family, everybody, my managers, my leads, my peers. I'm like, bro, it's happening. Like, it's actually happening. I just knew. And you know how people say when you know, you know? I'm starting to understand that. You know how people say what's for you is for you. What's yours will always be yours. I don't know if people say this, but these are things I say. And so I'm actually starting to tangibly grasp these concepts. It's the craziest thing to try to explain. But yeah, so immediately, yes, I'm like, oh, this is it. I've been like 1 foot in and 1 foot out of going there for over a decade. This is one of my biggest like goals, because I'm stuck. I feel stuck and stagnant in my hometown, and I call the entire Bay Area is my hometown because I've lived all over the Bay and the Valley and the outskirts, and I'm still here. I'm still in the Bay. I knew I wanted to leave the Bay Area when I was still in like 10th grade. 9th grade, 10th grade. It's always been my dream and aspiration to get out the Bay Area, and I cannot honestly believe that I am still here. But it's okay because I'm out of here. Like, I can mentally, I'm already there, so it don't even matter because this is gonna be September is gonna be my last month here. So yeah. Anywho, where was I? So yeah, they made the announcement. I'm like, wow, I just knew in my spirit that this was it. This is my chance. It was finally happening. I didn't know how, but I knew. So I reached out to everybody. I let everybody know like this was about to happen. And then they started posting the opportunities and like posting the roles for the new location. And I was like,
What?
that's how I felt. Like, what is this?
Who is
What
this
is fuck?
for?
What is fuck? Because it ain't for me. So I was like, there is no way I'm about to pass up this opportunity because it's not what I want. Like, I want to go there and I want to be in Atlanta and I want to help expand and open up the new location, but y'all not paying me this. Y'all not paying me this, and I'm not doing the same thing I've been doing for 3 years when I know there's plenty of opportunity for growth and for a promotion. So they rolled out the first roll, sucked my teeth, kept it pushing, paid it no mind, no interest form, no application, no resume, completely paid to dust because who? Um, and then another opportunity, same thing. I'm like, damn, this how they gonna do? I'm not going under these conditions. Um, Third opportunity. So first it was the first opportunity, I believe. It's either way, the first two I was never going. Like, I was never going for those first two. The third one, I considered it. I was like, this might be it. I might have to take this opportunity or miss out altogether. Like, if I were to basically, once I got to that third opportunity, if I passed that up, I would have had to no choice but to take the first opportunity, which was not a promotion at all. It was absolutely nothing. It was simply relocating. And what? So relocate, do the same thing I'm doing, promote but barely, and take that or don't, take that or leave it. And then a fourth opportunity hit the ground. A fourth opportunity, y'all. And this was ultimately the one I got chosen for. I got promoted. I got the role. I started my training today, and this is what's taking me and getting me out there. So it's not just a promotion. It's like a next level promotion, if that makes sense. So I could have promoted, boom, that's just the next thing, or I could have jumped that promotion and got, I don't know how to describe it, okay? Y'all know how the hierarchies go. You know, there's the There's a trainee, the employee, the lead, the supervisor, the manager, and the manager always got a manager. So do the math. It just goes up the chain. But basically, I jumped a rung on the ladder, if that, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, this opportunity got dropped. It got posted. It got announced, and I was not on vacation, but I was in vacation mode. I was traveling for work, and then I had an upcoming vacation. So somehow, and this is why people say God works in mysterious ways, because somehow I missed the post announcement for this opportunity. I'm traveling, literally getting ready to get on my flight, go home. I got another vacation coming up. I'm distracted. I'm sidetracked. I'm busy, y'all. I missed the deadline. So I missed the deadline to apply for this role, to fill out the interest form for this role. Like, what? Ain't no way. So I get home. I get home on a Saturday. It was due on Friday. I get home on Saturday. Um, it wasn't until Sunday that I seen the role. And I wish I could remember better exactly how this went, but I'm almost certain I didn't even apply until Monday the 4th. I don't think I put in an application on Sunday because I'm off on Sunday. So what am I doing on Slack? Or what am I doing online? And what am I doing filling out forms? But anywho, I seen it. I seen that I missed the opportunity, and I was just like, oh wow, like just like that. I was just like, that's it. I'm not going. It's not happening. I'm gonna have to take the bare minimum and just relocate for nothing, with no help, for nothing, just because I want to go there. So, and that was a really hard back and forth for me too, because I got engaged in June. My daughter started kindergarten in 2 weeks. Like, life was getting, it was getting ready to get set in stone. Like, it was getting ready to get comfortable, I'll say. My daughter's did a year in the school district, now TK, now she's doing kindergarten. I just got newly engaged. We're gonna start wedding planning. We're gonna start looking for a house. Wah wah wah. Boom boom boom. So anywho, I thought I missed the opportunity. Something told me, and once again, this is where God comes in. This is where the Holy Spirit comes in and speaks, because I missed the deadline, but somehow that link was still active, and I was still able to submit interest in the role. 3 days, like 2 to 3 days after the deadline closed. It closed Friday, August 1st. I got home on the 2nd. I didn't see it till the 3rd. I didn't apply till the 4th. Not even the next day. I have an interview. I want to scream right now. I literally want to scream, but not even the next day. I have an interview, y'all. Like, God is my witness. God is my witness. I have an interview. So, like I said, from the beginning, from the original announcement back in back in February, I knew I was going. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, I didn't know why, but I knew I was going. So, I missed the deadline by days. Something tells me to fill it out, to submit the form anyway. The form's open. I submit it. Immediately, boom, I get the interview. That's when I knew, I knew, like I always knew. I always had that innate feeling that it was for me. So, sorry that I keep repeating my words. It's just speaking my testimony out loud. It really does something to me, and it still feels so surreal. So, excuse me, but yeah. So, I get the interview, y'all. The first interview, which I didn't even expect to get. So at this point, I haven't told anybody that I went out for this role or that I submitted a form. I didn't know. I knew, but I didn't know when I should tell everybody. Because, you don't want to jinx it. You don't want people to, whatever. So my first interview comes around, and everything that could go wrong on a Zoom interview went wrong. I'm talking about, I plan to go do my interview in a quiet space in my complex. I get there, they're throwing a party. Not a literal party, but there's a very loud group of people playing ping pong or pool. They were playing something in the area that I wanted to go sit quietly in, which is always quiet and empty. And I only gave myself, it was my daughter's, it was not her first day of school. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, okay, wait, let me go back. So when I got my first interview, I had my vacation coming up. I had to reschedule. So I ended up rescheduling my interview for my daughter's first day of school. So yeah, I go pick her up from the first day. I get home. I gave myself a 15-minute window to get dressed, changed, get downstairs, and pop my laptop open for an interview. I know, silly, crazy, but that's what happened. So I get down there, they're playing games, they're being loud. I have to get back upstairs, like run. So go. I get back upstairs. I have to try to finesse the lighting, and you would think I had great lighting because I have 4 ring lights. Well, I have 3 panel lights, the GVM panel light set. I have a 1 ring light. I have lamps galore. Y'all could not find my ring light, and I knew for a fact with 10 minutes I was not going to be able to set up my GVM panel lights. It was just, I mean, I probably could have, if it came down to find the ring light or set up the panel, I would have probably set up the panel. But I had 10 minutes. I had to just turn on my dining room light, which is the worst lighting in the house. If you know, you know. And I popped open my laptop. Y'all tell me why Zoom, the Zoom link or the Zoom app, it needed to update. So the app is not Zoom is not letting me join my interview link. I'm clicking the link, it's not opening. Something's going on with Zoom. I'm like, okay, you might have to do this on your phone. I'm freaking out. Um, he slacks me. He said, hey, what's going on? I'm like, the link is not working. I guess it did download, but now the link wasn't working. He ended up sending a new link, and long story short, it took me 15 minutes past the start of my interview to connect to this damn Zoom and see this man on the other side of the screen. So I'm 15 minutes late to my interview for technical difficulties that I should have been prepared for since I've had this interview for over a week and I've rescheduled it once already. Why are you not prepared? Why is your Zoom link app, whatever, not up to date? Why is your laptop not on a full battery? Like, what's going on? My laptop was good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my laptop was good. I'm just throwing that in there because that's how it felt in the moment. Like, everything could go wrong. It was so bad. So although I was 15 minutes late, oh, and then I got disconnected. So we're halfway through the interview. I'm answering a question, and my service completely disconnects. I know my internet is good. His internet is good. He's at the work. He's at the office, so I know his internet is good. But somehow I get disconnected from the Zoom. Ain't no way. At this point, I'm really, really, really trying to hold it together and get through this interview. But I feel like I can't say that. I can't say I felt like I lost it. I can't say I felt like I wasn't gonna get it because I never once felt like that. Although everything that could go wrong was going wrong, I still knew I had it in the bag. Like, it's just a innate feeling that I cannot describe. But as as frustrated as I wouldn't even say I was frustrated. It was, you know, that feeling when everything is going wrong, but you have to keep a smile on your face because you're in the middle of something big and something important. So I get back onto the Zoom. He says, "Oh no, I'm fine. I've been here the whole time." Like, I'm like, "Oh, okay," because I disconnected. I had to reopen. I had to do this, do that, whatever. But boom. Did you hear my question, my answer? And he was like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, let me just start over." So long story short, once again, we end up going 30 minutes. So I was 15, it was a 30-minute interview. I was 15 minutes late, and we went 40 minutes. 10 minutes past. If you do the math, basically, we took a lot more time than he had blocked out for me. He had 30 minutes, and it took 40 plus that 15. So damn near an hour. It took an hour, 55 minutes. It took like an hour for me to do this 30-minute interview. I was 15 minutes late. I got disconnected. We went over time. Whatever. I still felt like I did a genuine interview and I had genuine answers and responses, and there was a connection. Just, that's what interviews are about. You have to find a way to connect with the person that's interviewing you, or they are not going to choose you. They're not going to remember you. They're not going to put your resume on the top of the stack. These are just basic interview skills. I don't know, over time. I don't know how I learned them. I never took an interview course, but over time, just interviewing for different jobs, you just know. If you never felt one moment that you connected with that person, do not expect a call back because it's not coming. If you felt like there was even one moment where you connected with the person you were talking to and interviewing with, they're going to call you back. So yeah, just find a way to connect with them. And I didn't know how I was going to connect with my interviewer, but it was natural. Like I said, it was genuine, and I did. So boom. Even though everything went wrong, I was still confident. He said, it was one thing he said before we got off the interview. He said, "I'm not going to drag my feet with this. So expect to hear something soon." And that was set in stone for me. That was solid. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, Hello? Yeah. So I was supposed to have my first interview, a second round 3-person panel interview, and then a third round final interview, exit interview, whatever you want to call it, which I have yet to have. But at this point, I guess that was just, I don't even know. It was no competition. This is the only way I can interpret it. There was no competition. There was no reason for me to have a third interview. I was chosen at the second round, right? Ain't that what that mean? That's what that means. So anyway, second round interviews come around, and like I said, I knew I had it after the first. We don't even need to talk about the second. It was 3 different interviews instead of a panel. It was 2 of them were through Zoom. One was face to face. I basically met with 3 different people back to back for an hour and a half, 30 minutes each, and they stuck strictly to the time. So, and I wasn't answering like the same exact questions, like mundane interview questions. It was a different interaction with each person, and I know 2 of them. I've worked with 2. I worked with one of them once directly. I worked with the other one regularly, and then the other one I never met, and they were all women. So once again, I just knew we connected. We're women. Like it was just, and I knew I've worked with them before, so they know my work ethic. I've been here almost 4 years now, 3.5 at this point. So it's like they know my work ethic. They know who I am. They know my reputation. Before I even joined the Zoom, it was mine. So, and I don't even know who else they interviewed or who else they were choosing between, and I don't want to know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's it for the second interview. Second round went great, and I knew I was just waiting to hear back. I don't know if I mentioned, but after the first interview, when the interviewer said, "I'm not gonna drag my feet with this," y'all, my second round interview was scheduled that day. Within the hour, I was put on the books for round 2. Won't he do it? Yeah. So after the second round, I knew I had it in the bag. I wasn't worried about it. However, they did not move as fast. They indeed dragged their feet. And I understand they had other people to interview, and there's 3 different people that have to sync up and come to a choice or decision. So I was expecting something quick that day, the next day. Y'all, it took a week. It took a whole week. It was the following Thursday. From after the second round, it was 7 full days, and I was just about to type up my follow up. Hey, I wasn't going to talk to the people who interview me. I was going to talk to the recruiter or something. And I was going to say, what is the status of my second round? I kid y'all not, and God is my witness. I kid y'all not, I'm typing up my follow up interview question, email, doc. I'm typing it up my, hey, I just wanted to check in, boo, 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 boo. And I get an incoming message. Y'all. All I seen was the first line, and I about fell out. That said, what did it say? Congratulations, Kayla. Welcome to the A. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the. It said welcome to the A. It said welcome to the team, and it had the A symbol, like an A emoji for Atlanta. So, congratulations, Kayla. Welcome to the team. I didn't even need. It was a paragraph. I didn't even read the rest of the message, y'all. Could not believe my eyes. Could not believe what was in front of me. I had to clean the screen on my phone, and could not believe it. So I got it, y'all. I got the role. After that, it's a whole bunch of back end and logistics. But this was all throughout August. From the deadline being August 1st to me applying late to my first interview being rescheduled because I had a vacation plan to my second round interview to taking a week. Oh, then I had to test, like drug test, background check, and I had a week to do that, but I did that the same day because I didn't want no delays. So all of that is what happened in August. August has been crazy. August has been crazy, but a time I will never forget. So yeah, fast forward September 1st, I am officially the I'm not gonna put it on the screen or nothing. I'm not even gonna tell y'all, but I'm officially that. I'm in my new role. I began training or shadowing. It's not really training. It's shadowing another person in the role. And I'm gonna do this for. I was gonna do it for a week, but my manager suggested 2 weeks, and it's like, why not? Take your time. This is a big move and a big deal. Get all that you can get. Milk the cow, because it's really on me from here. So I'm going to soak up every bit of knowledge and training and shadowing that I can over the next 2 weeks. And then, so when I get to Atlanta, I'm ready and I'm prepared and I know what I'm doing. I can focus on hitting the town, apartment hunting, creator content events, all type of networking, and just fun. I don't have to be stressed out about work because I did my thorough training and preparing. So yeah, this video was not intended to be this long. The first round take of this video, I did none of the background about my grandmother and college, and I did none of that background. It was way shorter. So this is a lot longer than it was supposed to be, but that's okay. I'm trying to get more into or back into long form content, hour long videos, hour and up long videos and things like that. But I feel like it was no better way to jump back into my like my passion for content creating than with a testimony, because this is my faith journey. This is me stepping out on faith. This is me showing young girls and 20 somethings that it's possible. You can do it, we can do it. And if you just trust God and have a little bit of faith, like a mustard seed of faith, he will open doors for you and the opportunities will come. So yeah, it is a little bit after 8 p.m. Like I said, it was my first day of training today. It was a very long day. So I did want to go to sleep early, at least by 9. Because day 2, yeah, I'm no longer with T-Mobile. What do you say? I'm not with Metro anymore. I'm with, yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Let me stop. Y'all, I'm just so excited and I can't wait to talk more about it. I need to find out what I can and cannot say about my job on the internet and how I can and cannot connect myself to the company or whatever the case before I even mention anything more than the very broad industry of tech and technology, or just tech. So yeah, for now, that's all I can say. I will be coming to the A. I'll be coming to a city near you, a state near you. Anything south and east coast, what's up? What's up? But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much. If you stay to the end of this video, leave, no, that might be too, no, that's cool. If you stay to the end of this video, leave an A emoji for Atlanta and let me know if you're from the area, if you've ever been. What do you like or dislike about it? I want the pros and the cons. I want the good and the bad, the in and the out. How do you feel about Atlanta? Leave it in the comments. If you're a native, if you just got there, if you just left there, whatever the case, just leave it down in the comments. And don't forget to leave that A emoji if you stay to the end of this video, because I got something special for y'all in the next video. But yeah, y'all, I'm so excited for this journey, for me, for my family, for my career, everything that is to come. I'm so excited and I'm ready for it, and I'm embracing change and being uncomfortable and just really having faith and gratitude for my opportunities. And yeah, that's it, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video.